What's up, fish tank people? Finally figured out what I want to do with this tank, or at least I think. And I did add another, well, a different bulb to my T5s. You can see the pink bulb. So instead of having just 3 regular 6700Ks, I threw in a pink bulb, full spectrum. The reds are supposed to help with the plants, so try that, see what it does. But what I'm going to let this do is I'm going to let all this jungle or dwarf sedge just carpet the whole bottom of this tank with the crypts and everything else. I'm going to let the lace do its thing and be a centerpiece plant, because it's growing new leaves and it's getting nice and tall and looking good. I'm going to let the rotala and the hygrophila in the back be my background plants. They'll grow tall enough and bushy enough to pretty much cover the whole back glass. This lily, it's going to do its thing. Once it gets to the top, it'll be able to absorb enough light that it doesn't really matter what's below. It'll keep sending up plant leaves. So, awesome. And then I think I'm just going to leave all this Anubias on this side, with the exception of this one piece, which has Java moss on it. Which my Java moss is growing real slow, and I don't know why. I think it might be because of too high light. Because if other than that, I don't know why it would be growing so slow. And then I've got the Crenum calamastratum in the back. There's one here. There's another one here. You can see the curly leaves. And then the other Crenum is right here. I'm going to let that grow and do its thing. That stuff looks awesome when it starts growing wild and naughty and stuff. And then got some Ludwigia back here, which is growing up above this driftwood, looking pretty good. Hopefully that'll turn into like a bush and cover this area of the tank. I've had it do that before and it looks great. I've also had it flower when it hits the top of the water. So that'll be awesome. And then my Anubias, you can see my Anubias is looking great. There's a couple of leaves on here I need to cut off. When I took out these floating hearts that were all on top, which by the way looks much better without all those floating hearts. A lot less debris in the water too, from them losing roots and stuff. But when I took them all out, this Anubias got a lot of light really fast, and some of the leaves kind of suffered, so I need to get in there and trim them. But if you look at the rhizome on this Nana here, I mean, it's just growing everywhere. It's growing up the wood this way, and down the wood this way, and down the wood this way, which is what I want. I'm wanting Anubias just to cover these pieces of driftwood, and they're well on their way of doing that. So, finally found the direction I want to go with this tank. And these Kleinar bar swords, I don't know, we'll see what they do. I know swords are supposed to get big. These guys have just been sending off leaves and staying small. I mean, you can see there's new leaves here, here, and they're just staying small. Healthy, but small. So it is what it is. Got the Apistos in here. There's a Cacatoide. If I can find the big Borrelia, I'll show you him. There's an Agazizi. The little fish right there, little tiny guy. And I don't know where that Borrelia's at. Of course, the best looking one I can't find. But anyone who want to know what the mussels do, this one's buried. This one was buried. He unburied himself, and last night it looked like he was going to bury himself again. He's not, so I don't know what he's doing. So, that's what's going on with the tank. Let me know what you guys think. All opinions are welcome and valued, so give you a quick overview. Oh, and the refugium. Well, of sorts anyway. Aqua Clear 110, which is the biggest aqua clear hang on back. You can see what I got going in there. What I did is I went through and I trimmed all my plants, and I just threw them back here. And there's enough ambient light off of this quad fixture that they're still growing. There is the Hygrophilus simensis back there, floating hearts, Rotala rotundifolia, and I believe some Telanthera reneki. And you can see the water flow from these beasts. These aqua clears are just amazing filters. So that's what we got going on, people. Keep it fishy, folks.